if there's so many black men that are being cancelled, it's because there are so many black men doing shit. It's cancel.
No, I think it through though.
Is there okwangoku ingekabikho?
Sure.
Maskabe cancelisha mntasekayo, you will definitely feel it.
You're full of shit.
Until something else better.
Yeah.
Lose stream of income, lose job.
Moshe Ndiki, thank you very much for joining us. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I saw pictures of you on social media, and it appears as though you were in church.
Yes.
You're spiritual.
Spiritual.
Well, you go to church.
Yes. And Nkululeko, Anglican.
Sure.
You know, that was where my grandfather was a reverend at and whatnot. So, got to Joburg. I don't know, man. A lot of people, when they say they're changing churches, from their family home, they always put it in a way such that no, we still just.
Oh yeah.
Like, what do you mean? But I remember where a friend of mine was just like, no, come visit and so forth, and I went to go visit there. I think it was 2015. If not 16, 17, maybe, yeah. I went to go visit her, her church, we see the one in town, and I've never looked back ever since. It was like, I love everything about it. I love the culture. I love the ethos. And it's a thing that you can say about church, but I love the vibe.
Oh yeah, I mean you can say that. I mean there's music in church.
Yes. I love the hymns.
Yeah.
So I go as often as I can.
Do you get a lot of people that know you in your circle surprised by the fact that you go to church?
Yeah, it's weird, it's weird. First, abantu are even surprised, just from my YouTube videos.
Yeah.
But Haibo Kanjak was not taking English. I'm just like, Haibo, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, I put it out there. It's a huge part of me. I don't think I'd be where I am if it wasn't for God and my ancestors. So even when I post Bandisetsaweni and whatnot, I feel good when I'm in church. Literally, the Sunday, the post that you are talking about, church was 4 hours. I didn't even feel it. And I was with my cousin and a friend of mine. I was just like, no, man, come through, guys.
Is there a separation between provinces and churches? Eastern Cape, Eastern Xhosa.
Yeah.
Johannesburg, the different songs being sung. Is there a different language that the sermon is being delivered?
Yeah, definitely. It's, what's the thing?
Is there a translator?
There's Sotho hymns.
Okay.
There's English, there's Xhosa hymns. So, they are chinja, especially at Joburg.
Yeah.
But Emonti, it's Xhosa and game, I think, English.
Yeah, I was asking you off air that was acting one of the things that you told yourself that you were going to do, or were you always wanting to be a presenter? Because what's interesting about you is that as I looked up some of your videos, you built your profile on YouTube. And that was remarkable to see 300,000 views, 500,000 views on some of the videos. It's like there was always a plan, but was the plan ultimately acting or singing or radio?
Yeah.
Or you didn't really know exactly where?
To be quite honest, anything in arts, really. Definitely not singing. I do have a song. But, I don't want to talk about it. That was a dark time in my life. That was a dark time in my life.
Yes.
But the goal, which is weird, was always acting. I've always wanted to be an actor. And then, even in school, I was so bad at TV presenting. I was literally so bad. It was one of the subjects that. One of the subjects. It was the only subject, not one of. It was the only subject actually I was literally terrible at. And then fast forward, years later, one DSTV best presenter, which is weird. And now, my acting is not as great as my presenting. My presenting, you can't tell me anything. I know I kill it. But my acting, sometimes I'm just like, also acting, man, like it's hard because you need to become someone else, you know. And I'm just like, but what if and the character is going through, you know, an emotional whatnot, and I'm just like, okay, I'm looking at the script, I'm like, okay, don't Ban cries and breaks down. I'm just like, no, but they're writing, you know. Like, I goes like, now I must force myself, you know, get into the character and so forth.
One of the things that intrigued me about your acting is who you are really.
Yeah.
So there is Moshe Ndiki that everyone has come to expect. There's the digital image of you.
Yeah.
You are vibrant. Even your presenting is vibrant, is charismatic. Do you think you can be able to be a thug and kill people in a movie?
Oh, definitely. I've played 2 straight characters in my life. It was for
besides being straight, like the
like
idea of you having a dark character to play, besides being gay, because you are an actor, you can do anything. But us being able to separate this vibrant, charismatic, colorful person to like being someone who is dark, who bewitches people. Are the characters that you wouldn't play?
No, actually, I don't think there's a character that I wouldn't play. But if I had a choice not to, then I'd just be like, guys. Also, like, just I don't know how straight people do it. Like, being straight is hard. Like, I remember that when I was doing what role was I playing? And then go to Dini, where I'm just like, oh my god, it's just like, and like sometimes I'd actually forget. Go back and my character straight. I don't know, like I would be having a scene and then be like, I'm just like, whoops.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, people have the expectation that you are this package, and some of the characters will require you to be maybe a little bit more silent but evil.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
So I don't know. I would do it. Would I kill it? I don't know, but it's worth a try. Sure. But you know what? I'm one of those people that don't mind Indo Yokoba. Oh yeah, because you are gay. Most of the characters that you played, they are gay. And so forth, basically typecasting.
I was about to say
I don't mind. I actually don't mind. For me, it's representation. You know, I see it as representation, as it's like I seldom get or understand why if there's a gay character, it is being portrayed by a straight person when there are so many gay actors. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's something that's happening now in the States where the African American women have reached a certain point of being paid in movies, and now to circumvent that, the studios are taking English, British, black women to play African American women, and there's a huge challenge.
Yeah, like
there's already gay people who are actors.
Was that what was happening with Tandy Newton?
Yeah, a lot of the English actors and actresses are being used by Americans to portray African Americans.
Why? Because are their rates cheaper?
That's one of the things. It's like sometimes they don't tell you that this is because why.
Yeah.
But as people are digging deeper into it, they realize, oh yeah, the rates are slightly cheaper because they're from the UK and they're trying to build a profile as well. But there are African Americans who can be able to play that role. So would you be offended though to see a lot of, or are you offended by seeing lots of straight men out in Jengam, ibe gay? Like Usilo Makangube killed his gay character in one of the films that he did years back. He was a gay character.
Yeah.
Would you, as a member of the LGBTQI community, be offended when you see not exactly Uprasilo, but straight men performing?
I don't think it's offensive more than I'm just not a huge fan of it. You know, like I don't lose sleep over it, but it is concerning. It is a concern, but I don't lose sleep over it. You know, I mean, yes, actors are allowed to, you know, play any other role and so forth and so forth. But for me, it goes back to representation. You know, why can't we just get why can't, if it's going to be a trans woman, why can't we get a trans woman?
A real trans
woman.
You
know, not to get like
someone to act as a trans woman.
Someone to act as a trans woman. Like I don't know. I just find it strange. I just find it strange. It's like getting a white person to play black person, why don't you just get a black person to play it?
That's a good
You know
point.
what I mean?
That's a good point.
Yeah, so that's my take on it.
Yeah, so we're talking about you and acting and your
Yeah.
journey in acting. And we're talking about what you would and would not do, or what you would not be comfortable doing. You also do radio.
Yes.
And the reason why I'm asking you acting, really, I just want to get to your mind as to what exactly are you? We
Yeah.
know that you're a presenter. We know that you're an actor. You do radio too.
Yeah.
That radio journey, where is it leading to? Does it lead to you leading a breakfast show as the main anchor,
Yeah.
leading to an afternoon as a main anchor, or
Yeah.
would you like to play the role of being an assistant too?
Yeah.
Not necessarily assistant per se, but part of the
co-host.
team.
Yeah.
A co-host, yeah.
Funny enough, my radio journey is wild. My first radio show, I started be like one of the biggest time slots, which is Afternoon Drive.
Yeah.
And then from Afternoon Drive, another big slot, the Morning Flavor.
Yeah.
You know? And I respect, I literally, I've got the biggest respect for Mo Flava. The way in which he does radio is him, he is radio. You know what I mean? I like sometimes find myself just looking at him, but not I'm not in a crashing way. I mean, you could know, but
That nigga has a voice, bro.
you know,
He has a voice.
He skill. Never mind the voice.
Yeah.
Skill. The way he just does radio. I don't know, man. The goal would be half the person that he is. You know, like just half. You know, of just half of his skill. The way.
That's a great compliment.
You know, like even just the way, man, he just does ads, you know, and links and throw forwards and whatnot. And also the way that he puts his personality there. I absolutely love him. Would I lead a radio show by myself? I feel like maybe in a couple of years, you know, I mean, I've been doing radio now for 4 years. And I did do, you know, quick nyana course so that
to improve your skills.
Yes, to improve my skills as well, because I don't believe in the yokuba this thing of just okay, you get a job just because girl, you are an influencer and whatnot.
I think that's
I believe in doing one research and also is it upskilling yourself.
Let's segue into that because I mean that's a space that's slightly controversial.
Yeah.
I'm radio myself since I was younger in listening, and then I did radio as an employee, and radio is one of my first priorities. Younger kids are feeling as though people with bigger profiles are getting preference in terms of radio. Let's talk about that. I mean, there was a lot of hullabaloo with Somizi doing radio with Kanyimba when they were picked to do that same radio show. And it appeared as though Metro was taking the direction of taking influencers, putting them on radio. And there was a lot of drama about that. Because I'm a radio practitioner, I had my views about that too. But let me just hear yours. Do you think radio is preferring people with higher profile and taking less risks now? Because Metro FM is something that the whole country was proud of at some point. But then there was a change of direction in terms of recruitment. And you are part of that because you work there. What are your thoughts around all of that controversial issue?
Like for me, my thing is, it's like an actor, you really, it would be perfect, in a perfect world where all of the actors were, let's say, qualified actors, as in, but they've gone to school for it, they've put in their time and so forth and so forth. But then there comes a time where you actually find raw talent, someone that has never been in front of the camera or whatnot, but they are absolutely amazing, you know? So even with radio as well, I look at it in the way such that we're all artists. If Nandi artist in terms of like acting or singing or whatnot, if it's within the realm of art and broadcasting, for me, I'm just like, okay, sharp. Why not? Because even though, let's say, they've never gone to school for radio and whatnot, but they've done their research, they've put in their hours. Like for instance, myself, before I even got onto radio, like for a year, I was shadowing Upel Tusi. And not a lot of people know that. When Upel had the show with Fat Joe, even with Uspokazi January, when she was doing a graveyard at Metro, I was there. But nobody knows that I was actually doing, you know, I was doing the behind the scenes. The behind the scenes. I was putting together content for Unataka Upel. Uspokers would teach me like how to work the desk as
Yeah.
well and whatnot.
She's
like,
a real G. Uspogas is a real
exactly,
G. She's
you know,
been in
but
the industry.
Nobody knows that,
Yeah.
you know, and it's like they'll only know if I tell them. And also, it's not to say that I do not mention it. It's just like, okay, if you don't ask, then. And yes, like Martini, you know what I mean? If you don't do the research and ask me if
Yeah.
how I actually got interested in radio and so forth and so forth, I make sure that I put in the work behind the scenes for me to know about, okay, so by the time my radio moment came, I was just like, I'm comfortable with the studio. I know exactly what's happening within the studio. I'm learning a lot more, actually, even just from Mo Flava himself.
Yeah.
It's been, for me, that's been my journey in terms of, radio.
All right. Let's close it then by addressing some concerns for younger kids. Because obviously the perception is out there that it's difficult for them to break than people who already are established.
Yeah.
What do you say to those younger kids who are at Boston and all of the media houses in the country? How do they assemble a profile good enough for them? Obviously, the first place then they're not going to work at is Metro.
Yes.
You're going to have to start somewhere. For me, it was
Radio.
Yeah, but Radio Zibonele,
Yeah.
Ekaelisha for me. And then I grew to Massive Metro and other radio stations. What do you say to them about their radio journey? And whether or not would you encourage them, would they have a shot of being a Metro FM DJ?
No, definitely. Definitely. I mean, obviously, you have to start somewhere. For instance, I'll use myself as an example. I went to school for acting and TV presenting. Wonderful, well and good. 3 years after me graduating, that's when I got my break, you know? So it was literally a matter of me building from, okay, I've got the school, and also in Orlando, your instant gratification was, but if you go to school, obviously there should be a job waiting for you, and the industry was just like, no, sorry,
and that's the
sweetie.
problem of this time.
The
problem of this era is that everyone wants something immediately after school.
Exactly. So that's how I started my YouTube channel. That was an accident. How I actually started my YouTube channel. But I worked at it. I still went to auditions, and so forth until I got my big break. So I would say to them, but no, continue going to school. I'll never ever say school is of no importance, because there are a lot of things that you learn from there that you are actually able to apply within the field. So go to school. Well, Boston, shadow like people from community radio stations. Now we're community radio stations, because we live in a time where we must just create our opportunities, because opportunities are not really just handed out anymore. So you create a gap for yourself. If you see a gap, take it. If you let's say udlula no like let's say a mall, you don't know, but hi, and be like, hi Moshe.
But it's
so
difficult.
It's so difficult,
so football fans, I have my journey and yours is slightly similar. I started doing a YouTube channel. It grew big, but we only cover football. So I hire people that used to play soccer. We talk about it. So football fans will stop you all the time at malls, and someone always wants a job. Someone always wants something. So it's always difficult. So when you are on a bigger scale, on Moja Love, so how is it for you to deal with the fans that are asking for jobs and asking for money and stuff like that? How do you deal with that?
First, it's very difficult, because I think with my journey as well, I've never had an agent. I've never had a manager. And so people are always like, how do I get? I'm just like, hey, I'm being selfish with information. I'm I literally have just one answer, but get an agent. I mean, that is literally the best possible way. But it's like, but how did you do it? I'm just like, hey, it's hard work and luck and yazi. I really don't know how to answer them when it's like, okay, but how do I? I got a call, and also people must just stop just randomly calling me like that. That's not
another
cool.
one.
That's not cool. Like I got a call from someone in the city. Hi Moshe, I'm a very, very, very big fan of yours. I'm just like, okay, thank you. Where did you get my number? It's just like a guy pinned about for me number. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, yes. Like, what's happening? It's like, no, I want to be a celebrity like you. Please teach me. Huh? Huh? ha, batong, ha. I was just like, you know what? Actually, I'm so sorry. I need to cut. I need to cut this call, and I drop. You don't do your research. You don't know about agency. You now, yeah, by celebrity just like you, and then show me way now. Show me the way. I want to see him now. I'm not production company. I don't have a talent agency. No. Get an agent. Get a manager. Get something. And Zaman, because and him na.
I think that's the best way to respond to that, though, because it's like no one person has all the answers. I mean,
exactly.
And the guy that I started the YouTube channel with, Junior Kanye, he's on a bigger scale now, getting at least 50 calls per day. And I look at myself as well, maybe 10 calls per day, people requesting stuff. And it's like, I'm not going to give you the formula because I don't have it.
Exactly.
You keep on trying, you send emails, you go somewhere, you watch YouTube videos. Can we segue back into your YouTube channel?
Yeah.
I think that's an interesting journey because I share a similar experience that TV called me after seeing the stuff that we were doing on YouTube, and I was able to, based on the money you get from YouTube, you're like, nah, I don't want to do it, type of thing. You did dope numbers, man. I look at the numbers and 100,000, 200,000 views, 500,000 views. What happened? How did you decide on what to talk about? How did you decide even on the character? Because you need to get into character for even those YouTube videos, and even on Facebook, the way you're going to say what you're going to say. You're portraying a message, but you need to say it in a certain way for 100,000 people to share it with other people. So just talk about your YouTube channel, whether it was deliberate, even the content that you chose.
Well, this is how it started. That's why I said it was actually an accident. And yes, but this is a good YouTube, guys. Yes. So the way it happened was I shot a video. My first video was of me depositing money into the wrong account, my rent money. And at that time, I've graduated, broke, so I can't afford mistakes as inje. I can't afford to deposit into the wrong account. Can't do that. I was like, okay, cool. And then the other bank refused to help me and so forth. I was just like, but like, this is the account number. Can you just check where it went and whatnot and whatnot? I was just like, whatever. And I had like 30 rand left in my name. 25 rand, bought myself cheap wine. With the 5 rand on the side, I bought myself 2 loose cigarettes. And then I got home, I smoked and I drank. Now I am feeling some sort of, tipsy and woozy. Picked up the phone. Why? Because I've never done that ever in my life. Like, why would I do that? I don't know, but I'm glad for whatever came over me or whatever, because my life has never been the same ever since that video. Picked up the phone, and then I started recording myself and just talking about my life. But I'm broke, and also deposited my money into the wrong account. And with the last 30 rand, literally, I just told them, this is what's up. But also considered them. Why? I was just doing a video. There was no YouTube in mind. There was no whatnot.
You're probably the worst possible example to teach kids about YouTube.
Because
I talk to people for hours and say algorithms, watch other YouTube videos. When it just happened, it became an instant hit.
Yes. Because a friend of mine was just like, saw the video and was like, why don't you upload this on YouTube? I'm just like, first and foremost, this isn't like YouTube for Beyonce, no band. Because now when I go there, I go on YouTube to watch
music videos.
Like music videos and stuff, So, what do you mean? And then he started a YouTube channel for me, and then we uploaded it. We were like expecting like 200 watches or whatnot. One day, 1.5 views, 5,000, 6,000, whatnot. I'm just like, okay, this is weird because I've been getting so many no's, where's the auditions, and then now people actually just like me for just being myself, and then that's where that's where it started, and I was just like, I'm an effective tech, and this is videos, and auditions, because people actually just like me for being myself. I'm not portraying a character.
There's no script.
I literally just talk about life. Heartbreak, my experiences, my whatnot. Like, whether it's heartbreak, whether it's being broke, whether it's in a relationship and just life in general. And people just loved me for just being myself, which was like, oh, actually, yeah, I think in the grand YouTube, you know. And then straight from there, it was MTV. Like they called me up, like, hi, we've seen you on YouTube and whatnot. Can you please become our continuity presenter for a week? I was like, okay. Did that. Following month, it was like the first month of, was it the first month of Jan? Yes, that year. And then did that sharp. And then they were like, actually, there's a Valentine's Day show that's coming up. Could you please present it? I'm just like, okay, sharp. Did it, killed it, loved it. And then they were like, actually, there's a show called Newsish that is going to be, panel and whatnot, would like for you to be part of it. I was like, okay, sharp. Literally, that's where I got my, I'd say my big break from MTV. And then I left, went to go join V-Table on Vuzu. It was myself, Nomuzi, Larry. And that's literally where I think I really, really learned a lot about TV presenting. I mean, you can have the personality, but there are certain techniques as well. But okay, especially if it's a panel, don't speak over each other. You let the other person finish their point without making, their point feel like I covered it. But there are certain things, man. There are certain things. And as much as I failed it in school, but, I still remember certain things from school also in Doiba. Okay, this is what happens when you speak to camera and whatnot and whatnot and whatnot. Now, I saw years later, I was going to you 1 2 1 2.
There's a lot to be said though about because sometimes we are defined by us failing at school.
Yeah.
And then you kill it in life. Now was the opposite, that I did really, really well, that a path was drawn for me to do it, become accounting, because but for some reason you're getting straight A's and stuff like that. But I want to make a converse point that there's a lot to be said about people who fail certain subjects and then they box even themselves, they box themselves into, maybe I am a failure, because to get 30% or 30 out of 100 or 20% in a module, it says something about you.
Now, I remember in Matric, I barely passed immense. Terrible.
But you're kicking it in life though now.
Because I solve for X.
Exactly.
No,
exactly.
Like immense. I literally passed it like 34%.
Yeah.
And I was fine with it because English was great, everything else was great. But I'm trying to make as long as man goes man, she has solve for X ne Pythagoras ne sin cos. I'm terrible, I'm terrible, bad. And sometimes think to myself, when I have kids, and then sweetie, I'm not the one. So
exactly. And I think it's such an incredible point that he's making. And the reason why I bring that up is that you are going to navigate life not trying to solve X or Y or use the tangent. There are so many things that you could do. You cannot be defined by your results as a grade 11. You cannot be defined by that.
Exactly, because it's just okay, well, 7 is a 90-degree angle.
Exactly.
As a and also with the line of work, because I always knew, even from school, dance and drama, I was in choir and whatnot, I knew what my career path was going to be, and I'm just I'm going to act. The camera is looking at you at a 180-degree angle. Hi, Bog, try camera in Chongile. Sunkalela. Hayi man, hey ngixela ngemedicine na okanye umuntu umdlile sekufaka imbama uzothi ungiqhwebe at 90 degree. Hey ngixela ngemedicine na ngendawo.
Exactly, unless you're going to be a pioneer a pilot or an engineer.
And
we don't want to design wrong airplanes to kill people.
And so when that engineering, pilot, flying, formula, chemical, it's wonderful.
Yeah. What was the first thing you did for Moja Love?
The first thing I did for Moja Love was Riyadh Hotel. Because it was the serious Riyadh Hotel and whatnot, and then there was Riyadh Hotel was spicy, which is where I came in. I was actually flying to London that day, So I was okay. Are they together? Whatnot. Passport, like last checks, and I got a call from Obritao. Like, hi, when can we have a meeting with you regarding a show and whatnot and whatnot? I'm just like, well, I mean, I'm going to London for like 10 days. But I was like, let me not.
Did you cancel it?
No, what? No, I went and I had the meeting.
Okay.
Literally from the
I'm
meeting.
saying, did you cancel London?
So I cannot.
Look, we're teaching kids at the same time as this because I'm thinking, oh, okay, you are saying opportunity, so let me cancel vacation if London was vacation.
And that's okay. I was no. But I did go for the meeting.
Sure.
It was literally a 30-minute meeting. This is the show, whatnot. This is how much we're offering you. I was like, cool, great, thanks. Can I sign the contract now? Sign the contract. Come on, I'm in London. Then literally the day that I landed, from the airport, went straight to work.
Wow.
And you know what? One thing that I've appreciated and I still love working with and for Moja Love is it's literally a mirror of our society. A lot of people, you would think that a lot of people, they ask us, well, hi man, is it real Lendo? Like, especially with the show that I'm doing currently on Moja Love as well. Oh, you promised to marry me. Like, I'm just like, yep. It's not scripted. It's not about akti, akutini. It's as real as it is. And I'm just like, guys, as in South Africa, I think and as see content, you know. We're literally see content there, you know. We are walking content, you know. So it's just like also some stories, and in terms of doing if I was not going to be in acting or in media, I wanted to become a psychologist, social worker, psychiatrist there, you know. So I've always had that thing of I'm great with advice. Do I take my own advice? Nope. That's another story for another day. But I think I'm really good at human relations, whether it be family, brother and sister, cousins, mother and daughter, whatnot, husband and wife, husband and husband, whatever. You know what I mean? So it was my chance to live out that dream that I had. Okay, so by social worker, or I'm going to be a psychiatrist, I'm going to be a psychologist. So I was able to fulfill that role, but also fulfill that dream, but also fulfill the dream of me being on TV because it's not a band. So yeah, I absolutely love them.
I want to get into the controversial stuff about Moja Love, but you've already even touched on it, that it mirrors what we are.
Exactly.
Full disclosure, I don't watch Moja Love. I don't watch TV at all because I made money in sports.
Yes.
And I focus on sports. That's why there's something cricket that's playing there.
Yeah.
Because that's where my bread is. But you make a very important point that it is it's not like Moja Love is imposing morals and ethos that do not exist already.
No. But okay, guys, like boom. You know, we're not saying everyone's life is like that, but don't have the Santin mentality thinking that everything that you see in Santin, that is just life.
South Africa.
You know, that is South Africa. Life is not Diamond Walk Street.
Yeah.
It literally isn't, you know. So there are people that are struggling out there. There are people that aren't getting along with their families. There are people that owe people lots of money. There are people that, you know, we umntu athi uzawulungisa imoto yomntu and then ihlale kuye for 5 years and then umntu ngokubhatala, you know, they're busy paying for a car that has not been with them for like 5 years and so forth and so forth. These things happen. You know what I mean? It's not to say, no, well, I go to Rosebank on weekends.
What if
so I'm cool.
what if someone counters that and say it's profiteering from black pain? How do you respond to that?
It's really not. We're literally showing back when Zekandoni. So what were we supposed to show then? Like that's my thing. Whose reality are we supposed to show? Because that is our reality. So are we supposed to show a different reality? Then there are other shows for that, you know. There are people that
there's like 400 channels on DSTV.
Thank you, Lord. then kaloku subscribe to content oyifunayo. Tina, this is what we do. It's not like let's say on SuperSport. Why would I want a telenovela on SuperSport? I go to SuperSport to watch sport. Well, actually, I don't.
I get
me and sports, but it's just an example. Next thing, you're going to ask me things about cricket, indeed. Yeah, we are bowler. Literally.
You said something about representing yourself. Every time we have conversations with interesting people, we don't want to lose opportunities to learn from them.
Yeah.
When MTV gives you that first phone call, how different are you now in terms of, obviously I'm sure you are miles away from what they paid you at the time,
of course,
but when you reflect on it, do you feel like you were shortchanged or you got what you negotiated for? The evil thing about our white counterparts.
Yeah.
When they shortchange us at work.
Yeah.
So you will do the same job with a white kid at work. I saw this when I first started out being a journalist.
Yeah.
He's 25 and you're 27, or he's 20 and you're already 27. You do the same job, but you find out later that he's on 35K and you are on 20K.
Yeah.
And the one thing that they always say is you get what he negotiated for. And I'm like, no, but I didn't even know that I could go beyond 20.
And then it's like, I guess Tina says, well, sign. Thinking back, in terms of how much I was getting paid then, also I did not know, because it's like, okay, one, I don't have any experience in this field, as the only experience that I've got is my YouTube videos and my education, but that's as far as it goes. So obviously now I'm getting paid more than I was getting paid then. Like, I come fresh. Also, looking back at that Moshe and Moshe now, I'm just I don't have time to play. Either you give me my money or I get it's literally like that. And I think me not having a manager, yes, it screwed me over sometimes. Let's say like having a manager and an agent, it screwed me over a lot of times. But not really, but a lot of times, because
some of it would have had to go to the manager though.
Yes.
If you think about the economics of it, if it's 10, you might have to break 25.
About 25%. I'm just like, hey, but I'm playing just for about kind regards. Especially like, and for me, I've just been fortunate in terms of the jobs that I've got. It's literally most of the jobs that I've gotten is you're
being headhunted.
Yes. I'm writing a character for you. Are you keen? I'm just like, yeah, sure. Like, which is weird because I don't think I've actually auditioned and got something. Come to think of it, I'm just trying to think of going to an audition and I auditioned for something and I got it. No. Oh, wow.
That's a metaphor to your book that you will write in 10 years' time.
Yeah.
That's the metaphor in that all the jobs you have are people who wanted you.
Yes.
But the jobs that you wanted, you never really got.
Yes. Weird.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's life.
You know what? Like, in terms of negotiating for yourself, the problem that we have as Africans is that we don't have something called match practice. It's not like with your father or mother, you were always negotiating more than the 10 rand they gave you at school, if you were lucky to get 10 rand.
Yeah.
So with white kids, what I notice is that they are used to negotiating. They want a PlayStation, 5,000. The mother says, save up, get to 2,000, I'll give you 3,000.
Yeah.
Tina, we're not used to negotiating. So even if it's a blank canvas, it's a blank check, we think that the ceiling is 20,000.
Exactly. And also I think also, we are very much afraid of money. Yes,
That's
money is a very emotional and sensitive topic, but why should it? You know what I mean? It's why can't we? And I think Lando comes from ukula kwetu, where we weren't able to see being rude or forward or whatever.
Yeah.
How much your parents make, And I'm just like, but why? But no, kutheni uzawuyazi uba isalary yomntu omdala, hayi bo. The more you don't talk about it, the more you know, like, izawuhamba ithini. And also, I very much encourage, especially in this industry, guys must tell in about how much we're actually making. Must tell in. Andizokwazi ukuthi mna kumntu, oh no, mna I'm getting paid imali enga, like ndiyinyuse kanti yena lo mntu, and kanti we're getting the same amount of money and whatnot and whatnot. And let's say mna ndithi, okay, listen, I'm getting paid 5,000 rand a call. And then I was actually, no, then let me see andikwazi na ubhatalwa the same, because sinalento we try to hide into no, it's confidential. Into confidential because it's not like bantu xa ena, let's say 5,000 rand per call. It's not like banzaqhekezela anzokunika andisho uba yeyethu qha ndiyacacisela uba mna I'm getting paid 5,000 rand.
It works to the favor of the owner of the production house. The reason why they discourage the conversation is because they know that they are shortchanging others.
Exactly. So for me, it's just like, no, guys must hit in. Oh, okay, how much do you charge for a post on Instagram? Hey, this is how much I charge. Right now, I'm charging what? 8? Well, I don't know. That was. Right now, I'm charging 25. And whatnot and whatnot and whatnot. But also, there are, obviously, it's not a standard.
It's a conversation to be had.
Yes. So, we are going to figure, let's say, we campaign, 25 is a bit too much because our budget was whatnot and whatnot and whatnot. So then you start to think about, okay, is there going to be more work coming from this person? I would much rather, if, let's say, German they charge 25,000 rand for a post on Instagram, right? If now they want 10 posts, essentially I'm supposed to be getting, 250. But now, if they say they want 10 posts, but for 15,000, not at the 25, I'm just against data because 150,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But also it messes up other influencers as well, because if you also it's a very new industry, influencers and so forth. It's a very new industry. So abantu are not too sure about how much they should charge and whatnot. But if you are able to say, okay, baneza kwehlisa imali, let's say for 10 posts, it's then a new responsibility. Then I will negotiate in no, then you guys and captions, and now what I'll do is I'll just post. You post, you shoot the content, you do. We're not going to use my equipment. We're not going to use.
I'm just going to give you the platform.
Yes, I will give you
the audience.
Yes, I'll give you the platform, audience, sharp. Yes, obviously, Izabakona, a bit of, a bit of me, because I don't want to sell something.
Sure.
I don't want to sell something using someone else's words or advertise something that I do not believe in. All of the campaigns that I do are things that I literally, I believe in. Also, you'll never see me doing an ad for Louis Vuitton because I'm not married.
There you go. Interesting conversation we're having about your career.
Yeah.
You're a married man now.
Yes.
How is marriage, and how difficult is it? You know what? Let me just maybe make full disclosure.
Yeah.
When I want to have conversations with members of the LGBTQI community, it's more about putting this out there. People get to learn more and more. So when a question comes across as fucked up, it's more me just trying to learn about it.
Yeah.
Uchate nomntu oyindoda.
Yeah.
Ungumntu oyindoda. How difficult is that dynamic? Because as I was thinking about constructing some of the questions, I'm like, I'm a man, I'm full of shit, I'm physical. If I was with another man, maybe I would fucking punch him from time to time and he would fucking punch me from time to time. So how is that dynamic for you?
It's literally, I've never had that experience, but okay, like, Sizi bras, so I do.
Yeah.
For me, it's my husband, it's my partner.
Sure.
It's literally, I think I look at him the same way I would look at if I had a girlfriend, of which, I have dated girls before.
But think about it this way. There's even with Nati Apikai, there's this dance that we perform that is not really spoken, that ukuze nditye mna kuzophaka wena
Yeah.
upheke wena, banza kuthenga ukutya. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
no,
those conventional roles that you're going to cook, I'm gonna buy the food type of thing.
No, we don't subscribe to that. It's more, I would say, a heteronormative way of dealing with it. But Tina, if I cook, you wash the dishes. Sharp.
Yeah.
Like it's a okay. Okay, I'll write down the grocery list. Ngokundi, because I'm the one that does most of the cooking. So could be trolley them. It's like, okay, cool, sharp. There's no boy, girl, or when you do this or
What if you find yourself doing, so you're already confirming you're doing the cooking?
most of the cooking?
Most of the cooking, yeah. What if you find yourself finding yourself within a week where it's cooking and also there's laundry but anyways, you probably have someone to iron the clothes or something like that. You see the limitation in my head. Of course. Yeah. Someone is probably doing the other stuff as well. But in terms of utando, do you feel like at a place where you are with someone that makes you feel happy and you're comfortable, in spite of all the imperfections of any other relationship?
Yeah, I feel like that's what love is, actually.
Yeah.
It's choosing each other through the nonsense, through the bullshit, over and over and over and over and over again. And it's just like, oh, okay, sharp. And also, one thing that we tend to, I think, as just people in general, we don't know how to be friends with our partners. It's just like,
I'm guilty.
You know, like, it's just like, okay, when we partner and you just put them kula role yoba ungumntu wam, and no, ichom yako, like make fun of each other, gezelanani, spray each other with water, run around the house, be childish, whatever. Like, you do all of those things. There are some things that I've noticed, especially like with hetero couples, is that they reserve a certain part of themselves for only their friends. It's just like, okay, uthetha ngebhola okanye uthini, let's say,
you're on the right track. Whatever point you're trying to make, I agree with you. You're on the right track.
So let's say you see someone good looking in magazine. So unalanda ngoba yo ha andizokwazi umxela umfazi wami, like I can't andikwazi umncoma lo muntu kwi-girlfriend yami. No, why not? Now amehlo uyabona fundi umhle lo muntu. So now you're going to be like,
I mean, you're giving her the tools so that when you're arguing later, she will say, the reason why you're being full of shit today is because of that girl in the magazine.
Yeah, I get.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I get. Then that's when I'm like, okay, mfonele. Okay, mfonele. It's like tata number.
Asa. Pity lendom on mamelanga because ute pity lendom.
Yeah, kenze kathi pity ngepage. Hayi naye ambojonga izstats zakho, ambojonga abantu bakho bene six pack akhonto enza. Do you are guys? Right. Life is too short.
Teaching moments as well. How are the dynamics of marriage in community of property? Who gets what when in the event of the divorce, and so on? Like, so you are in a gay marriage.
Yes.
In a heterosexual marriage, what you will find is that, of course, it's 50-50 if we are married in community of property. Is it the same dynamic in your situation?
I actually beg to differ within that. If it's not even a heteronormative thing.
Sure.
I think it's just a marriage
sexual,
thing.
Actually. Yeah.
You know, it's just a marriage thing.
Well, you decide whether it's community
whether you want in community of property with accrual or out of community, out of community without accrual or whatnot.
Sure.
It's a decision and a conversation that you guys both make, and whatever is akuni fanela nina, it's literally yenu because ngumchato wenu and ngumchato. But hey, yazi abanye benze no. It's literally a matter of marriage, whether it be a gay marriage, whether it be straight, whatever. But it's literally just having the conversation with your partner, confidential. Yes, but okay, nina nenza also, because it's not like nabantu that are going to come to your wedding. The cake is nice, but otherwise, in community. Eat the damn cake and leave.
Yeah.
But when's the step? Fuck off.
Yeah. No, you make a good point, because actually, as I'm thinking through, we're having a conversation, teaching moments, and I'm thinking through it. It actually has nothing to do with sexuality.
Absolutely.
But the perception out there would be, okay, it's a man and a man, so who gets what when they divorce?
No, it's literally a marriage thing.
There you go. children in future, children for
Of
now?
course.
And how
course.
do you plan to go about that with your partner? So teach us about that.
So surrogacy there is a third party. If let's say I was doing surrogacy by myself, right? It's going to be my you. I wonder inulate ndithatha Easter egg lena ndithatha.
Sure.
So it would be my sperm and an egg donor that I am not allowed to meet or know. The egg donor, the most that I can know about the egg donor or a picture yakhe would be picture I can go to pictures of their kids if they've got kids. So nje uzochonga okay into ye genes, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I see.
So but otherwise it's it's right there. We profile yakhe about whatnot and whatnot and whatnot. And then when yakhe about okay, cool. This is the person that I want to go for. Literally all the information is there. But okay, do they smoke? Are they on antidepressants? Do they drink? How often do they drink? Life expectancy, like color of the maternal, on the maternal side, paternal side,
sure.
Whatnot. It's literally everything. And then Kengoku, the other person is the person that's going to carry your baby.
Okay, there you go.
So the person is not, for instance, our surrogate is not related to the child.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. I mean, that's a teaching moment for us. And I really appreciate it. Like, you know what I'm saying? As you saw, even with the question of who gets what, that there's a lot of ignorance about from us to the gay community, lesbian community and so on. Last one about LGBTQI.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of challenging moments where if a joke is being said by a comedian, there is a spillover and there is pressure to cancel, and so on. And I thought my opinion of it was that, you know what, sometimes joke humanize people. Black people, black comedians will joke about black people, black women, white people, white women, white men, and so on. And I thought that, you know what, in order to humanize people, joke about them, have these conversations with them. What do you make of that? That perhaps there is that pattern of closing ranks within the LGBTQI community. Oguti, now we're going for that person, and they're going to lose their bread over a joke. Of course, we can hear with our ears, Oguti, they were just being insensitive, and they really were deliberately trying to cause harm with a joke.
My thing is cancel. Because this is what I don't understand about straight people is, it's like, no, but I'm a comedian. It was just a joke. Okay, sharp, look. Let's then white people joke about kafirs. How's it now? Do you understand?
But they do. Like so white comedians, let's trash it out. So white comedians do joke. They don't use the word kafir. You know what I'm saying? In as much as the comedian would not use the word faggot, because that's unacceptable.
Yes.
But they would make a joke whose premise has gays and straight people within the joke.
Yes.
So
but going back to what you said, said, okay, black people make fun of black people. Then let the gays make fun of the gays.
But the point I was making there was that gay people, they make jokes about, black men make jokes about black men and black women, and white people and Asians and Jews and everyone else. What I'm saying is that these jokes humanizes us. That we know as black people that we've been oppressed, we've been enslaved, but some of these jokes is like, oh fuck, I can laugh at myself about that situation. So we get to humanize ourselves through these jokes. But we do know, like, we have accepted that there are words that you cannot use. The F word for the gay community you cannot use. And we're learning as well, even to misgender, transgender people.
Yes.
We are learning, we're going through that. Yeah. Don't use these words.
I mean, also, guys, let's go with the times. Back then, sure, comedians could make fun of whatever, whatnot.
Sure.
But this is not the time, sweetie, read the room. We're not doing that, because as much as, especially if it's going to be a straight comedian, when, okay, no, for you, it's a joke and whatnot, but this is our lived experiences. We are getting killed because we are gay. You know what I mean? We are getting killed because we are gay. We are getting raped. We are being marginalized. you think you think it into embi iyenzeka. Like literally, I was been sandofunda an article about this other. I wouldn't say we were really friends, but we met once and we had an amazing time in Durban. Usemba, may his beautiful soul rest in peace, where his car was found burnt. Bamchisa, it's a Putin of his car. And it's just like, okay, now we're going to get a straight comedian who is going to joke about gays, where it's just like
I get it. I get it. I fully appreciate it.
I think he's like, look, because it's our lived experience.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
But hear me out. When people what you're saying about Usembata is fucked up. You know, and that should not happen to anyone, whether they're straight or whether they're gay. And it's fucked up, man. And I understand, like, there is the challenge that we have, especially in townships, that people just refuse to accept gays and lesbians and transgenders. But the point about art is that we're doing art now as we're having this conversation, and you are an artist. When we are starting to say that don't talk about this, we open up the door for other things to be said that too. So when you censor one aspect of art, you open up the door for other aspects of art not to be done. Mina, I can pick up when something is being malicious.
Yeah.
I love comedians.
Yeah.
And when they joke about rape, which is a huge problem in South Africa, it's like you can
in this day and age,
but the thing is, you can still
about.
see the joke though, Moshe.
No,
like you can
guys,
still hear it
no.
when they talk about blacks being slaves. You can still hear
No.
this is a fucking fantastic joke, and he's making a point.
Nope.
So that's your stand about it.
No point. There is no fantastic. What is fantastic about rape?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
if there is nothing that is funny about rape or using rape as just as an example.
The art joke. Here's the thing, and this is the point about art. The person who's doing the joke is not joking about the subject of the joke. They are putting light about rape, but they are using it within the context of comedy, so that when you hear the joke,
also,
you laugh.
If you're
But
not a rape victim, you've got absolutely no say in saying in the Yoruba. You know what? No, it was just a joke or whatnot. Even just the word rape, it's a trigger word, because even if yo, hey guys, like listen,
Sure.
be like yo, no, you don't say that, because what if you're chilling with someone who's an actual rape victim? You know what I mean? Yeah, I didn't mean
but
it
there's no nuance in that statement.
But
you see, when you're saying in rapile takila,
yes,
there is no nuance in that statement. There's nothing to be learned about that other than you saying you got fucked up drinking tequila.
Yes, but the word itself, ukuba kukho omnye umntu who has been a victim of rape, that's why in city, because there's so many other ways of, you can be funny without being offensive. You can be funny without using rape as an example. You can be funny without involving the LGBTQI community.
Yeah.
You can be funny. Why are people lazy?
That's why I'm appealing to you.
Why are people lazy?
Think about it. That's why I'm appealing to you as an artist. That you're giving the parameters within which people cannot be funny. Now, Moja Love, back to that. There are people that are pushing for Moja Love, not to say certain stories, but your response is that is actually a reflection of what's happening in the country.
Yes.
And validly so. So as an artist, there are things that in art you should not be told what to do, because when you open the door for people to shut your mouth, it's going to be a gradual thing of, okay, this is another new thing where you cannot joke about. This is another one, and so on and so on.
But within that context, like that example, I feel like it's a very bad example, because they literally worlds apart. In terms of what then Moja Love does and Tina, it's not like also
keep in mind that the subject matter,
yes,
whether it's either you promise to marry me,
yes,
the person could, so there's rape as a subject matter, there's race as a subject matter,
yes,
someone else is going to come through and say, don't portray art about relationships going wrong type of thing. You see, like it's within segments that one segment you cannot joke about. You cannot joke about this, you cannot joke about this.
Yes.
My point is, I agree with you that there is a lot of hurt.
Yes.
And you and I can agree with that,
yes,
that there shouldn't be a lot of hurt.
Yes.
My point is that when you have segments of things that we cannot go to, eventually the door is going to be opened and someone is going to say, "Don't go there,
That's
Moja
fine.
Love.
That's
Don't
fine.
go." No, but you're an artist.
Offensive. No, yes, I'm an artist, but I'm
Yeah.
a very conscious artist.
Sure.
That's the thing. People are lazy when it comes to your content. It's like there are so many ways to be absolutely fucking funny
Yeah.
without offending anyone. But what abantu, they don't know, abayazi uba to make other people laugh is to make fun of someone else's pain or someone else's lived experience, of which you're being lazy. I wouldn't even dare call you an artist if you do that. You know what I mean? Because surely when I'm doing creative or art,
Yeah.
you can find another way of being funny without offending someone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's talk about-
I don't want it to be like excuse, but no, Galuk, because the artist, for instance, with even the show that I do, going back to Moja Love, which is You Promised to Marry Me and whatnot, nowhere in that show are we making fun of relationships. There's absolutely nowhere. We are trying to put together people abathanda nayo. Uba umntu ukuthembise umtshato, then uyafika uba sure buthe uzandichata, you're taking your time, kwenzeka ntoni, it's been what? This other lady, it's been like what, 40 years?
You see the point?
It's been 40
Do-
years.
do you
So
see-
uyambuza uba,
so-
yintoni lena, yintoni, they're trying to find out uba kwenzeka ntoni, and literally after that it's because, you know what, in the 40 years it was abantwana and whatnot, and
Yeah.
also one of the reasons that he gave was, I want to give you the wedding of your dreams, but everything is
Yeah.
there's
There's always something.
There's
Do you
always
see-
something.
So as you say that,
Yes.
40 years.
Yes.
That's fucking hilarious. Like, that's funny. Because, I mean, who makes someone
Like,
wait for 40 years?
like 40
See,
years yonke. Yes.
Now, as I am interpreting what you're saying,
Yes.
I find funny in it because I'm a humorous person.
Yes.
I see humor in certain situations.
Yeah.
Now, the point that I was saying, but anyways, this is your interview, and the
Yes.
reason why I throw these questions out at you is to understand what your thought process
Yeah.
is about certain things.
Yeah.
Now, how do the LGBTQI community moving forward
Yeah.
deal with art like that? Because canceling seems to be one way of dealing with it. Now,
I'm definitely for
and
it.
and statistically speaking, it does appear that there is a trend that the one group of people or demographic that gets cancelled
Yeah.
are black men. When
Because
this-
ngababa wrong.
no, but there's so many contexts where it's not them.
Ngababa wrong.
There's so many
Why would you? It's like if there's so many black men that are being cancelled, it's because there are so many black men doing shit. It's cancel.
No, I think the reason why I pose the question, really,
Yeah.
is there a better way to deal with it besides that? Besides
cancelling?
cancelling? Just think it through, though.
Is there okwangoku ingekabikho?
Sure.
Masikabe sikhanselisha mntasekhaya, you will definitely feel it.
You're full of shit.
Bakhanselishwe. Okwangoku until something else better.
Yeah.
Lose stream of income, lose job, lose. Ayoba wena uzawuthi no, but for instance, oh no, R. Kelly, how is he going to raise his kids and da. Excuse me.
Nah.
That's
a bad question to
You
ask.
know, you know, it's just like, once you go cancelled, you're busy abusing abantwana babanye abantu. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, so ngoku it's like, no, they're coming after my livelihood. No, but kaloku livelihood yakho mayinga, you know, mayinga because offensive. Because now when you are making money off offending a particular group of people, then I think mhlambi like fanelanga usibanayo.
So there are complications with certain situations where a musician is a male musician is alleged to be a rapist by the girlfriend. I think that the way that we deal with that regarding cancelling people is that we don't give the process its full course to run before we scream out cancelling.
But
so,
you
for
know
example, I don't want to mention names, but you do know
Yeah.
that the musician was accused by the female musician, house singer, female musician, but it turned out that there was no rape in that. But the male musician, Soul Sjava situation, over a period of time, it was proven that he really didn't do anything wrong, but he had lost. It's not like he was fully cancelled, but there were shows that he was supposed to do, he was booked for, that unfortunately he lost the money for that. He lost an income for at least a year dealing with that situation, you know, and that's why I'm saying, like, what is another best way to deal with it? I do get it that some people deserve to get cancelled in your words, but
Yes.
I'm saying that there are other nuanced situations where we are very quick to close people.
Nah, the thing is, I will definitely say always believe the victim. Always believe the victim. And also, for me, it's a thing of...
So believing in the victim
because
would have been wrong in this.
For me, the thing is, the reason why I say believe the victim always.
Yeah.
If someone says, Uzban has raped me, I'm not saying but there aren't cases where it has never, like,
false accusation.
Revenge and no. Sharp. Bonakala themselves, about rape, they must be cancelled. Mababanjo, in fact. Mababanjo. Above and beyond that, the reason why I say always believe the victim is because for so many years we have never believed the victims. For so many years we have never believed women because they've been oppressed by men in power and so forth and so forth. So if now izinto zijikile into must believe a victim, wonderful, must believe in. So, but now it's like anything that threatens the livelihood of the black man, like no, but you are coming after my livelihood.
Yeah.
It's just like no. So ubungena ngxaki ngokuya oppressor abafazi, but unengxaki ngoku because you are getting the raw end of it. So
you do realize that there's always the potential that someone could accuse you.
Yes.
If you are asking us to go with the line or the logic of believing the victim.
Yes.
Seeing what is happening now with artists and musicians, do you realize that you would have Moja Love is going to just have to suspend you immediately?
Yes.
And do you realize that even if you never been within 10 meters of that person, that your bread would be affected? Moja Love, your endorsements.
Fine. If then it's to the same. I mean, close out here. I mean, I've never been with.
You've never been even,
whatnot. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. But must suspend. They must do it.
No, they shouldn't.
Why?
Why should Moshe Ndiki be suspended for an allegation?
I literally just said this. Why we believe the victim always.
No, but I'm posing a counter to your argument that Moshe Ndiki should not be suspended because of an allegation until it is tested and it's found that really there was rape or there was no rape there.
That's suspend.
No, but that's dangerous, Moshe.
Suspend. No, that's what my take is.
Sure, obviously,
suspend.
Yeah.
Suspend. Whether it's dangerous or anything, my take is suspend.
How would you deal with it though if you were faced with that prospect of
suspend?
Sure.
Then I will try to prove my innocence. Then when the innocent, wonderful. If I am found guilty, then I am found guilty. My by suspension, then they must just expel me going into court.
Yeah. But you do realize that most of these allegations take so much time to be tested that you would Moja Love cannot. Moja Love cannot wait for you for 6 months or 12 months.
But right, they must find someone else to do show on busy allegations. Suspend. That's all I'm saying.
No.
That's literally it.
No, but anyways, like I said, like this is your interview. It's your thoughts and your perspective as well. But I would hope that none of that happens to you or myself, unless of course we are guilty, and we are taken through the court proceedings. Yeah. Very quickly before we talk about Moshe's mobile.
Yes.
Your parents, just describe to us what was that situation like. Mother, father, are they proud of what you're doing now?
Absolutely. Absolutely. My mom is my best friend, my biggest fan. My dad as well. But I didn't grow up in like they were married or whatnot.
Sure.
No. Kulusong mama. I knew my dad's family and my dad, I'd go visit my grandparents and whatnot. So it's literally like just two friends that decided to have a child together.
Sure.
So my mom has always been very supportive of whatever it is that I do, whether it's, me going to study TV presenting and acting and so forth. She azange ndibe nayo iphatha imali and then no go when the accounting okanye kawenza ntona. I'm just like, no, why? Like I've never we've never had a chat where it was no, it's enza lento ufuna uyenza because now tiza kuthi amba ukwenza ilaw and then ube depressed esikoleni uyitshone nale law because awufuna ukuyenza. And okay, I was born a lawyer. I really don't believe in that thing of like forcing kids to do anything. But especially like, when it comes to their education, it's just like, so the lecture hall, I'm feeling uninspired. Like, what am I doing here? Like, okay, sure, okay, let's say, and sometimes it's like, ungangajoni not jona, but
it's due to lack of interest.
Yeah, you are actually passing. Let's say you're passing. Law yakho and whatnot. But other than that, it's just like dienza ba finikile dienza. Anbaweli. Anbaweli by lawyer. Anbaweli. I could play a lawyer though. Not personally. I could play a lawyer, but that's a nice thing about being an actor actually.
Yeah.
Ndingavuka ndingu-doctor mna, ndingavuka ndingu-nurse, ndingavuka ndiyi-lawyer, ndingayi-judge, wonderful. That's a lovely thing about acting. But ndiye law school, but I'd pass.
The lady that was Ntsiki on Generations once upon a time, I don't know whether Pamela Nomvete.
Yes.
I would like that to happen to you as well. She was an evil villain, good Generations, no?
Yeah.
And then she had a problem with people
with
whenever
like
they interact. I would like that to happen to you as well.
But also, I feel like people have, as people, I think we've literally evolved. You know, there's no, I mean, what ignorance would it be to like and then let's say you're an evil, you're playing a villain and we're like, hey, winner, let's say for instance Kenneth
Mashaba.
Yes, Kenneth Mashaba and Ukatlego Danke. Yes. Imagine Ndonla Buyenza Dino when he's all hi bo.
But that
research.
why
are people lazy to read? But is it real? Is it not? Why?
Yeah.
Why? Like, why? People are so lazy to read. It's just like, research,
like, last one.
No.
Last one about the industry before we talk about some of your projects. Knowing what you know now about acting, about radio, about the little amount of hours you have free in your week, would you encourage your kids to do it?
Definitely. Because as much as I am busy, I hardly ever have time to myself and home and whatnot. I go to bed feeling very fulfilled. Yes, I'm tired. Oh my word, I need to wash my makeup. Like last week when Kendalala and makeup, it will see to finish like. And I've got like white linen, and it's just like, okay, the pillow brown. I'm just like, yo, and so like, you know. But I go to bed feeling very fulfilled with my job, my career, the shows that I do, literally everything that I do. It's, I don't know, like as tired as I am sometimes, because like there was a month in Jan, I was defeated on the 5th of Jan in Joburg. I kid you not, I've literally been shooting every day because I'm doing 2 shows. So if I'm not on this set, I'm on that set. If I'm not on this set, I'm on that set. And finally, like, this is how it works in terms of availability. But okay, Moshe, we're going to be shooting with him from Monday until Thursday. And then the other production is going to be like, okay, wonderful, Tina, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm just like, but guys, I go, one apakuni okati, I shem Sunday, magabene deo. No, it's up to me to say, guys. But it's because I love it. And nobody did anyway. I figure, like, whether it be studio or when the cameras are rolling, it's just like, okay, sharp, masabenz, because I literally enjoy it. So, I don't mind. I shoot every day for the rest of my life. I actually wouldn't mind.
Yeah, so we shoot our YouTube channel, the football one.
Yeah.
Urban Brew Studio, old Urban Brew Studio in Randburg, and I saw
what. And it's called Inanzi.
I don't know. They shoot Takalani Sesame and a lot of SABC stuff there.
Yes.
And I saw Warren Masamula. He was literally one day trying to get the hell out of there. He's an incredible actor.
Yeah.
And one day I think it was just maybe 12 hours or whatever. Like, cause Tina, we just do 3 hours of a football game and then we leave. And I saw him panicking. He was really trying to get out of there. So that's why I'm asking you if you would want your kids to be there. Because it's rigorous. It's intense. There's a lot of stuff. But I also get the point that you get fulfilled. Because people know you. You're making money. You feel like you're making a contribution to the world.
It's the same as like just being a doctor. I mean, for instance, the reason why also I didn't go into, social work and whatnot is because I tend to take like people's problems like personally, like I'm very empathetic. So
Sure.
So I was just like, no, I don't think so. Even like being a doctor, for instance, there's a cousin of mine, Unolita, she's a doctor. So about yake, where this person got into esibhedlele intestines as bambe like sivulekile isisu. And I'm just like, and then now what did you do? No,
she can't panic.
No. I'm just like, no,
she can't panic.
What type of a doctor is that?
She can't panic.
Exactly. So and I'm supposed to be the one that's, that's supposed to be helping them, but I'm just like, like, what the fuck?
No, certification, your qualifications will be revoked immediately.
Yeah, no,
Medical negligence. Moshe's Kitchen.
Yeah.
Maybe before we get there, just explain to the people, what are you currently doing now? Like, how does your week look like? What are some of the businesses you get involved in?
All right. So right now I am shooting You Promised to Marry Me. I am shooting 7 Colors, a show that's going to be on Honey, Pan-African channel. Absolutely amazing with Lilian Dube.
Nice one.
Absolutely love her to bits. It's a cooking show.
Client,
yeah, it's
for a moment, for a second, she's not on the insurance S, because people don't like those clientele.
It's just like, girl, like, am I gonna die? So I don't want to lie. I absolutely enjoy working with her. I love the cooking show. I'm very big on cooking.
What's the name of the show again?
7 Colors.
7 Colors, okay.
Yes, and then I've got my spice company, Moshe's Kitchen. And then what else am I doing? Okay, wait, when is this going out?
Next week.
Next week, okay, then I can't mention the other one.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that you told me about.
Yes,
I've got the scoop.
Yes.
I'll tell Khawkhelo the scoop as well.
Yeah, but I
at least we have it. Yeah, for sure.
Before they and channel mention it, but yeah, I'm starting on an amazing.
So it's an acting journey as well.
Yes, it's an acting thing. So I'm presenting the 2 shows, and then I'm going to be acting. Can't wait to just give myself wholeheartedly to that character. It's a show that I've literally been dying to be a part of, and me literally being a part of it is just like, won't God just do it, So I'm going to be doing that. Then yes, Moshe's Kitchen Spices, but definitely right now what is keeping me very busy, Moshe's Kitchen Mobile.
All right.
Absolutely love, and that's why I brought my partner.
Yeah, he's going to join us now. Your business partner. What's happening with Moshe's Kitchen Mobile? What exactly is that?
All right, Moshe's Kitchen Mobile is a franchise, right? It's like your. Don't want to mention them, but
okay,
it's a franchise.
But you can. Man.
Oh, it's a franchise. It's a franchise. Like other franchises. There's a franchisee.
What are you selling?
And a franchisor. There's a franchisee and a franchisor. Like that other chicken place.
Yeah, but tell us what. Oh, so you're selling chicken as well?
No. Yes, but we do have.
But
wings.
I'm asking, what are you selling?
Yes, we do have wings, but. Okay, please explain, because I don't want to give them free advertising. Abanye.
Sure.
Yes.
So just tell us about the franchise.
The franchise, but not busy.
No.
Not busy. No. The lawyer now, a clown. Ronald.
Okay, yes. So what are you guys selling on Moshe's Kitchen Mobile? What is it? Do you equip people with equipment and recipes as a franchise? Are you looking for people and so on?
Okay, so Moshe's Kitchen Mobile, it's a franchise business. So mostly within franchise businesses, we need to sort of say the structure of the business and how everything is.
Yeah.
So with this business, it's a franchise. It's myself and Moshe as the equal partners in the business, and then we've got a team, of course, that we're working with. Like every other franchise business, it's got franchisees. We currently, in fact, as of last week, Friday, we've just signed our 6th store. Between February and March, we should have 4 stores that will be opening. So, and we launched on the 19th of September last year, and we're already on store number 6 now, which is
in locations.
The trajectory is quite good for the store, for the business, and it's growing quite well. Locations, we currently operating 2 in one is in King Williamstown Stone Towers. We've got another one at Eastgate Mall here in Bedford.
Also, the food is amazing. Okay.
I wanted him to talk about the food.
The food is amazing. So we've got we've got a chicken kota, we've got a beef kota, we've got chicken wrap, beef wrap, and then in terms of our hot meals and grills, we've got beef stew, we've got for someone, let's say something on the go.
Sure.
We've got garlic bread and chicken livers. In terms of the grill, we've got wings, bravosh, chak that comes with chips or ipapa. Our relish is amazing. Guys, the food is actually amazing because also it's made from Moshe's kitchen spices, which are MSG free. So no, you're not gonna get a heart attack.
All right. So over time, we would expect you guys to be on apps where we could deliver food.
Yeah, no, definitely, because we are speaking to Uber Eats and Mr. Delivery and so forth. So it is going to be available for delivery very, very, very soon. But it's an amazing business concept, and I give credit all to him. He's a fucking genius when it comes to business development and so forth. So the way it works, 160,000, you get the trailer, uniform, umbrellas, chairs. We also help you look for a location if you've got a desired location, because I'm sure bakhona abanye abantu, let's say umuntu ose ohlala eSoweto uzawufuna ibese Jabulani or whatnot, like izoba close, so that they don't have to, but okay, now I have to drive all the way to Pretoria, but I stay in whatever, I stay in Soweto and so forth. So we help you in terms of the locations. We train you, very, very tough training. Even if you don't know how to cook, by the time you training, you will know how to make literally everything on that menu. It's a very nice menu, man. It's urban chic, sabu kasi, but yeah, our daughters really went to private school.
All right, just tell us about websites or ways that people can get hold of you if they want to have a franchise.
Yeah. So you can get a hold of us on www.musheskm. So it's Moshe, the name, KM. And you'll get a hold .co.za, yes, www.musheskm.co.za, and then you can also call on 068-023-0893 and info@musheskm.co.za, and yeah, you'll get everything. Like every other big franchise, you get a 5-year franchise agreement, and also you get all the food training, and also you get training on the financial side, on how to actually manage and run your business, and how to motivate staff and how to train staff. So you get everything, not just the cooking and the food, and you get monthly support. So we're not just going to say, open it and go wild.
Yeah, and then
that's it.
See ya. Juices. No. We literally available. We are available to you literally 24/7. Well, if that's when I'm not on set. But we try our best to to literally hold your hand in the business, because I feel like I understand what it feels to just start a business and then it's just like, okay, now you end up not knowing what the ethos of the business is, what the business stands for, and it's just like okay, like food truck Moshe's kitchen, but what am I doing? Like, what is the brand based on, and so forth. So we give you all of that training. We prefer a person to rather
and look, we get calls at like 9 o'clock at night.
Like,
so it's a continuous thing. We're not saying to you it must only be you in the business. We're there, we're with you. If you want to call us 5 times a day, call. don't only call
Rather
once.
ask. Rather ask
Rather
than
ask,
not ask.
Because
Yeah.
that's the only way businesses fall, unfortunately, is if you don't ask and you assume and you're like, it's a stupid question, I can't ask. No.
Yeah.
Come to us, ask us. Definitely will have an answer. We've been in this business for quite some time and we've got the experience.
Okay, cool. Nice one. Thank you, sir.
Cool.
Thank you, Mtira.
All right, there you go. Let's wrap it up then. Thank you so
right.
much. I really appreciate you coming through.
Thank you. Thank you. But
It's a new YouTube journey for me. I was just doing football and
Yeah.
I'm deciding, you know what, I just want to talk to interesting people.
Yeah.
And I think you are a very interesting person. What's next for you? I mean, you've done almost everything.
Yeah.
Besides Moshe's Mobile and everything else that you're doing now, do you want to do movies? Do you want to try yourself out in different roles and characters? Like in your head, what are you constructing at the moment?
Woo. My mind is always buzzing and just at the moment I would love by the end of this year to finally start my production company. I mean, it's there, it's registered and whatnot. I've written the 13 part, but I literally never have time to focus on it because if I'm not on that set, I'm on the other set. If I'm not shooting with that one, focusing on admin for Moshe's Kitchen and marketing and whatnot. So I would definitely love by the end of this year to have my show already on TV, the 13 part under Moshe Ndiki Pictures.
Okay, nice one. All the best, man, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Boom. There you go.